welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen, and today I'm going to make a candy cane peppermint inspired soap, and the fragrance is going to be an essential oil, peppermint. Just straight up, I love it. It's just minty goodness. Peppermint oil soaks really well. It doesn't accelerate trace or anything, and it does tend to stick around in soap a little better. Some essential oils, although they have wonderful skin benefits and all that, they can fade out over time. Peppermint is one of those with some staying power, so I love it. And so for the colors, we're going to do red and white. I am not going to do layers. Normally I do a candy cane stripe, but I just didn't feel like layers. I just want to do a swirly red and white. So to kick the white up, even though peppermint oil does not discolor in soap, which I love, I will be using a little bit of titanium dioxide. And this is my pre-mixed TD. I do 1 part water-soluble TD to 2 parts water, and that's what's in here. And then for the red, I love this red. This is my matte Americana oxide. This is not a mica, it's an oxide, and it is a true red color. And I'll just do a little bit of the red swirl, and then I'd like to do on top a little candy cane twisty top. If everything's behaving, which I'm planning on it behaving. I've done peppermint oil before and it has not misbehaved. So let me get everything pulled together and let's come back and make some peppermint soap. All right, we are back with all of my oils and butters in here, and the peppermint essential oil is in here, and it's time for soap additives, which today is just going to be the kale and clay, because I want the white to be very bright and no specklies in there that I can get from the oats, which is beautiful in some soaps. Not for today though. So this is going to be an oat-free soap. Let me throw this in here. This is about, I'd say 2 teaspoons of clay. And being a beautiful white kale and clay, that will help lighten up the white portion of the soap anyway, along with my TD. I have my TD and my oxide off to the side, and I want to show you real quick. I have a piping bag here that I'm just going to pour a teeny little bit of the red in so I can make the stripes on the top nice and even. You can do it with a spoon, but I have a wiggly hand, and so I'm just going to use this piping bag to get the stripes down so we can get the little twisty top to look perfect. I have my hanger off to the side, which is a gear tie. I got this on Amazon, super inexpensive. It's a flexible gear tie, so you can shape this to fit the size of your mold. I think these are such a handy tool. I'll leave a link down below. I love my gear ties. So there it is. Let me get this blended up and we will get to making our peppermint soap. All right, we are back with our lye solution, but I want to talk about the recipe here just a minute. This is my palm kernel and lard recipe I've shared several times. But the exception is I was trying to work my way through my palm kernel flakes, and I had half of the amount I needed. So I had to reformulate the recipe. I will leave what I'm doing today down below, but it did change my lye volume. And so I get asked a lot about substituting oils in a cold processed soap recipe. And the answer is, yes, you can, but you must run your numbers through soap calc because not all oils have the same sap value, saponification value, and some of them require more or less lye. So it did change my lye volume. Recipe will be down below, but I just wanted to make a word on that because I get asked a lot with a cold process recipe, if you change an oil, please run the numbers. There it is. Here is my lye solution, which is water, and it's got tussa silk fibers, it's got cane sugar, and sodium lactate. That's what's going on in here. I'm going to pull off a little for my red swirl in the middle, and then we'll save off a little for piping the stripes on top to do our little twisty top, which I love. And pretty simple today, but oh man, it smells good. right, you guys, it's actually been 2 days since I poured this. I got real busy and couldn't get to unmolding, but here we are. I think it's so cute. It just makes me happy and it smells so good. But let me tell you a little something. This did go through gel phase. I put a cooler over it, put it on a heating pad just for an hour, then I turned the heating pad off, but it did warm up nicely. But I wanted to show you my little owl. I had a little extra batter, poured it in here, and look at, that's not white, right? That is ivory to yellow. So I'm looking at the top of this and I'm looking at the owl and I'm really hoping the inside of this is white. If it's not, it's still hopefully going to be beautiful, but not what we were going for. So there's only one way to find out. And I'm also curious to see when I swirled. When you have a red and a white and you're swirling, it can get pink, you know, because when you mix the white with the red, it goes to pink. I'm just really curious. And there's only one way to find out. Let's get in here and see what we've got going on the inside. Are back with the lovely Olga, and I'm having high hopes. This is looking pretty light. I'm very happy about that. When I unmolded it, I was a little concerned, but it's so far so good. Let's just hope for that. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's one of the things I love about soap making is that it's just always a surprise. It feels like presents to me every time I cut a soap. Oh my goodness. Okay. Happy. And it didn't turn pink. Even if it did turn pink, that would have been cute, but that wasn't what I was going for. So color me happy. Oh, beautiful. And these smell so good. And I want to talk about the fragrance load for an essential oil. These are giving me all of the peppermint candy vibes and they smell so good. So with essential oils, I look up each individual one when I'm using them. If I'm doing a rose geranium or peppermint or eucalyptus or fill in the blank, orange or lemon essential oil, they all have different usage rates. The peppermint essential oil in cold processed soap recommends 2 to 3%. So I went right in between there. Closer to 2% is what I fragranced this at. So I put about 1 ounce of fragrance in this size. If you're following the exact recipe I used today, just about 1 ounce of peppermint oil, and it is nice and strong. And peppermint oil does, like I said before, have good staying power in soap, which I love. It doesn't fade out. Citrus essential oils tend to fade quickly, but they smell so good it's hard to resist them. But peppermint, it's a keeper. And this little swirly whirl is just absolutely delighting me. Yay. So fun. And because I don't have a steady hand, I mean, if you watch me closely in my videos, I have like shaky hands. I just always have. I'm not hyper caffeinated. Don't worry about it. I'm just a shaky girl. But so doing the little piping bag really helped me get those straight. You wouldn't have to be that straight. I just, you know, the idea of swooping it up and then it makes those little, I just think that's so cute. I love the details. Love, love. Okay, and again, let's just look at how pure that is because there's no colloidal oats in here. So it's a nice, bright, no speckly, and that's what we were going for. So, you know, everything in its season, and this was not the season for oats, and I'm glad I didn't put them in there. I love that bright color. And this isn't white. I used a small amount of titanium dioxide. Like my liquid is 1 part TD to 2 parts water. I maybe used a teaspoon total. And so it's kind of ivory, but it gets the point across, right? Oh, I just think these are beautiful. I wish you could smell them. I believe someday somebody is going to invent smell-o-vision. I just believe it's going to come. We are doing so many amazing things with technology. Why not scent, right? So, someday, I'd love to be able to hold this up and have you all smell it because it's that good. All right, well, I am going to wait. Even though these sat for 2 days, they're a little tacky. I'm going to let them sit there and air dry out for a few hours before I come in and do my beveling and stamping and all of the soapy goodness. And I thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are having a wonderful winter, and I hope you give soap making a try. Have a wonderful day.